Hello, everybody. This is Liv Moods. I am Liv Moods, and this is Deebo Samuel, and we are coming to you live from his house in California. I'll let you give the official intro, though. Why are we here? What are we doing, Deebo?
You know, this is Deebo Samuel with Cleats and Convos with Bleacher Report, presented by State Farm.
There we go.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's right. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Yeah. So anyway, we're going to be here with you all season long. Deebo and I, we're going to be talking with some other receivers in the league. We're with Bleacher Report. You can watch us live on the app. How does it feel, Deebo, to be in front of the mic? But this time it's with your own show, a little different than the other media stuff you get to do.
Nah, for sure. This is crazy. On show, I get to voice my own opinion and give people a little insight of what's going on.
That's right. We're super excited. Fans, make sure you guys are always dropping your questions in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. We'll respond at the end of the show. I'm going to put Deebo in the hot seat with the chat questions, okay? So just don't hold back. Let us know how you feel. We'll get to them at the end of the show. Deebo, this might be a good time for me to let you know that I chose you to be on my fantasy team this year. And we know how fantasy works. We know how people feel about fantasy, and just it's like a passion. They get really into it and really excited. So I feel like there's some news that you may have to share that might make people upset. I'm good. I'm chilling. We're good over here. But what's your big news?
It's kind of not big news, but it's kind of news for you fantasy people in the world. A little injury update with a calf strain. Probably be out like 1 or 2 weeks, but I think y'all got a bench in fantasy team, right? You put me on the bench for like the next 2 weeks or whatever, and then we right back into action.
Yeah, I have no problem. I have no doubt in my mind you'll bounce back. You'll get me back where I need to be, on top of my fantasy league. I'll be feeling good. So yeah, we've got your injury, and all season long we'll be sitting down with some of the best receivers in the game. Our first guest, I think you should probably intro, because there's nobody better to open up, kick off this show than with who you're about to bring on as our very first one. Who is it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm definitely bringing my brother Brandon Aiyuk, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the top receivers in the game right now, man. About to pop out one time.
Uh-oh, here we go. Turn up. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I need one of those ASAP. Aiyuk, I think I might need a little handshake with you by the end of the show. We're going to have to figure something out. I don't have a handshake with anyone, actually.
We'll probably come up with one for you.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. I'm definitely going to need that. Aiyuk, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, we're super excited to have you. There's obviously going to be a lot of stuff that we talk about today. I think more importantly, we got to start with recapping the Sunday game. Listen. It's part of the sport. It's a competitive sport. It's tough. I want to hear from you guys kind of how you feel and maybe what you felt like you guys, maybe not individually, but just as a team, what you guys can do differently going into week 3. Week 2 was crazy all across the board for just about everybody, it felt like. But how are you guys feeling coming off of that game, and what do you want to see different next week? It's a little different for you because you're...
Yeah. With me, I'm going to be rehabbing for the next 2 weeks. But it's kind of like going into that Minnesota game. It was just like, we knew, they'll blitz everywhere, try to keep everything in front, and we knew it was going to be kind of chaotic out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we just was trying to find the right time to call the right play, which, with the defense that they have, it was kind of hard to figure out what they was doing. And, we was just going out there trying to make the best out of every opportunity we had.
Aiyuk, how do you feel about it?
They did a good job. They played a good game. They beat us.
It's fair. Keep it simple.
On to the next.
Yeah. Well, I think this obviously, as much as it is a team sport, it's also, I'm sure you guys individually know when you want to change things. Is there things that you personally, I know it's tough for you to talk about that right now, but are there things that you want to see different from yourself in week 3? Or just keep being Aiyuk, just keep balling out?
Just being better. Just being better than the last week, which is gonna be tough. I don't got my dog out there this week, but
do you feel a difference without him there?
For sure.
You got to turn it up a little more.
Yeah.
Make up for the loss.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, we kind of bounce it back and forth off each other. Pause. When we play.
Pause. Big pause.
But yeah, it's gonna be tough without him, but we'll figure it out.
Well, in all fairness, the 49ers were not the only top NFC team that lost this week. We saw the Eagles fall to the Falcons in a pretty brutal Kirk Cousins in prime time. Showed up, made people, I was certainly shocked. I'm not going to make you guys talk about that, but I do want to know your thoughts on, Deebo, you would potentially be a guy that would pull up in a third down situation. And at the end of a game, would you have thrown the ball or would you have done something a little different in that one? I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to say that they did the wrong thing. We're just trying to have some conversation here. What would you have done, Deebo?
Kind of like with the offensive line that they have, and I probably would have ran it just to keep the clock running. They ain't have no timeout, so they probably would have got the ball back with probably like 50-something seconds left instead of like a minute and 40, which you have enough time. Maybe they could have ran the ball here and there, but overall, I think I would have ran the ball with Saquon at running back, and also with that great offensive line they had.
How you feeling about that? You'd have done the same?
I would have threw it. I think they had the right play on. They just didn't execute, but I would have threw it.
Okay, so you weren't mad at their plan. They just didn't maybe – the follow-through wasn't quite there. Right. Okay. Well, like I said, Kirk Cousins, he's got a little bit of that Atlanta swag. It's starting to rub off a little bit because that was different. He looked different in that last play.
Ray was turned up out there.
That was a great game. I kind of, to be honest, if we're being super honest here, I kind of stopped watching because it felt like a snooze fest there for a little bit. But then once, everyone started popping off on social media, letting me know that Kirk Cousins was kind of looking nice out there. I had to pop that thing back on. So Cowboys, that was a big one. Cowboys also fell to the Saints. Derek Carr, what's gotten into him? How do you guys feel about the Saints? Are they legit?
I mean, I can't really say if they legit or what's going on because I haven't had a chance to watch. I just seen the score in the middle of the game. It was like, what's going on? But from the looks of it, that boy AK going crazy too, though, for sure.
How you feel about the Saints? The real deal?
They look good on offense.
They do.
I've been seeing a lot of bombs the past 2 weeks. Derek Carr looked nice. They look great.
They do. And honestly, it was a super big surprise by me for sure. I was not expecting it. We also saw the Lions fall to the Bucks. Baker Mayfield looking nice out there. That's been another pleasant surprise. So basically, we're seeing, per usual, a lot of overreactions in week 1, week 2. Everybody thinks they know who's going to win the Super Bowl. It's a long season, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get ahead of yourselves, okay? There's a lot of weeks of football left. I do want to talk about something. We just recently saw that Tua is on injury reserve. I want to know from you guys, what do you make of traditional sports media outlets and people pushing him to consider retiring? Because that's a very big conversation. And you guys, obviously, this is a passion. This is a job. What do you make of media outlets kind of pushing that narrative for Tua? I'll let you start, Aiyuk.
I think it's easy to be on the outside looking in and tell somebody what to do. But at the same time, I'm sure there's some good advice behind it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I'll leave that up to Tua to make that decision for himself, because I know if it were me in that situation, I would be the one that I would want to make the decision. But hopefully he just has some good people around him.
Right.
And he can make the best decision for himself.
Yeah, it's easy for people to speak on something that they're not actually in. Deebo, how do you feel about the Tua stuff?
Kind of feed off what Brandon said, but me personally, like it comes a time where, like, it's the love for the game. Like, I get it, you have concussion here, concussion there, but at the end of the day, you wake up one morning and you just like, yo, I ain't got football no more. Like, I don't think it'll sit well. So with that situation, I think it's, I ain't gonna say too much about it, but I mean, it's just the love for the game. Because, like, I mean, a lot of people say you tear your ACL, you tear your Achilles, like, you should be done playing, but you're gonna wake up and be like, yo, I can continue to do this. But don't speak too much on it. But I think it's just a love for the game thing that keep them going and, make them want to keep playing.
Yeah, obviously sending our best wishes to Tua, because I know that he's probably got a lot of tough things to think about. It's not as easy as just bouncing back. He's also got to take care of his body physically. Bryce Young, let's talk about that really quick. Another shaky outing against the Chargers, and he's actually been benched for Andy Dalton over there in Carolina. We know Carolina has struggled, I guess, to find their guy, and just struggled in a lot of different ways, actually. But if you were in that locker room, what kind of advice would you, because there's I was telling Deebo this earlier. I was down a rabbit hole on TikTok, okay, on this like Bryce Young rabbit hole, people making these sad edits with this like violin music, all sad. Like, it really had me in my feelings for real. So if you were in that locker room with Bryce Young, what kind of advice would you give him right now?
That's tough, because, like, I don't think I don't think you can give a guy advice like in a situation like this with anything that I can't control it, he can't control it.
Right.
That's people upstairs. But I just tell him like, just keep his head up, just keep going out there and ball. That's like the best thing you can say, because any other thing you say is just like it's gonna go in one and out the other.
How you feel about it? What kind of advice would you give a young Bryce Young that I think a lot of people are speculating based on some videos they've seen and comparing his interviews from early season to late season? They feel like he's maybe losing his confidence. So how would you try to help him keep that so he doesn't lose that?
Just to let him know, just keep going, keep your head down, keep going. I'm not sure exactly.
It's tough. It's a tough position to be in. It is.
It's tough, but keep going.
Yeah. Well, it's we'll stop talking about everybody else. Let's get to the 49ers, shall we? I mean, my goodness. It is really good to see you back both on the field together. Obviously, we got a couple weeks in there, but you're going to pick it up and everything's going to be great. 49ers are good. Deebo's good. Take us back to the day, Aiyuk, that you signed your contract extension, okay? What ultimately made you want to make it work with the 49ers and stay here long term?
Just being with my people, the people that I know, people that I've been around for the past 4 years, the people that I've got to see have kids, got to see their kids grow up a little bit. They got to see me have kids, see my kids grow up a little bit. So really just sticking with the family,
Yeah. Does 49ers, does this feel like home for you?
For sure.
Yeah. I think people forget that this is not just a job for you guys and a passion, but it also does become your family. Like, you truly establish a lot of relationships. And how were you feeling during that time, Deebo? Was it tough, maybe weighing the option of potentially not having him with you on the field?
Me personally, like, I kind of had a sense in my head that it was gonna work out, but like I told him early on through, like, before it even started, I said, bro, like, it's gonna be tough times, bro. It's not gonna go as smooth as you wanted to go, because like I done been through it, and like it's nothing that you can really tell somebody until like they actually go through it on their own, and that time rough. That time rough for real.
Do you think fans sometimes forget that there's also a business side to football? I think that there's so much back end stuff that the fans don't really know about, that you see these players, like, I've seen fans get like they feel like they were personally attacked when their favorite player goes somewhere else, and it's like, it's a business. You have to look at different things. Like, did you feel like you had to maybe push aside some of your emotions and enter business mode a little bit, or were your emotions kind of taking over because this is where you wanted to be?
I think it was just a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Just finding that fine line. But I think that's part of it. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes football what it is. That's what gives us a bunch of conversation up here. So that's just part of it.
So you yourself have also been through contract conversations, extensions before. Did you offer him any advice? I know you kind of mentioned earlier, but guidance, advice, did you kind of help lead him through the process a little?
I wouldn't say I just kind of told him, like, at the end of the day, it's going to work out, whichever way you wanted to work out. And like, I wasn't going to dig too much into it, because like when I was going through it, I didn't want to be bothered by nobody either.
You're not nosy like me?
Like, Trent called, like, I wouldn't answer the phone. Like, sometimes I feel like I wouldn't want to be bothered by nobody. So I actually kind of knew what it was like. But when I got to see him in the building, move changed, this, that, and the third. I already knew what he was going through. So I was just like, I ain't gonna say too much on it. I'm just kind of let it work out on its own.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, obviously,
said mood change.
For sure, I'm telling you.
He's in there tripping.
Oh no! Did you get grumpy a little?
Man, them moves, but you have all type of moves when you're going through the negotiations. That jump rough.
Oh my God! How do you get through it?
You get through it when it's over.
Just hold your breath and pray for the best.
You get through it when it's over.
Just hold your breath and pray for the best. Okay, well, you guys, you weren't the only wide receiver who signed an extension this offseason. We've had a lot. First of all, the receiver market is booming in many, many ways.
The receivers booming too, though.
They are. So it makes sense. The market's booming because the receivers are booming. How is the explosion a representative of how valuable, there we go, how valuable the wide receiver position is today? How important are wide receivers? Tell me now. I want to know.
I mean, you can say, you can go about that a million ways, because like you look at it as, they paying quarterbacks a buttload
an arm
of money.
and a leg, yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? So like, who they throwing the ball to? The receivers, right?
Right
so
here.
the receivers and tight ends. Let's not misconstrue the tight ends, but mainly the receivers. So it's like it play hand in hand with, the type of money you pay them and the type of money you pay us, and also the tight ends as well.
How you feel about it? How important are you, Aiyuk? I know that's a tough question, but tell me, how important are you to this 49ers offense or to the NFL in general, actually?
To the NFL, I mean, see, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I feel like super important because, a lot of young kids, they're growing up.
Absolutely.
The people that I meet, they want to play receiver. They want to be quarterbacks. So the next generation, they're looking at us. They want to be us. So I think super important.
I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but do you also think that affects how you guys move in your off season, off field? Just you just know that there's these young kids that think you're everything. You're everything to some of these. I mean, they watch you and they truly think you're superheroes. That's the reality. There's probably players you guys watched when you were young that you thought were superheroes and you said, I want to do that someday. Does that ever flash through your head when you're all right, I got to make sure I, can't let my emotions get the best of me. Can't be acting crazy if I want to act crazy. Do you ever think through that, or you're too busy? Are you too busy for that?
I kind of think through it a little bit now that I got a son, because at the end of the day, you want your son to kind of grow up to be like you or even better than you. So it's just I try to control, the mood swings and all the stuff that I do around him. So that's one of the things that I do.
Do you think your son has grounded you a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely have.
I love that. How do you feel about it with those young bucks watching you and wanting to be you one day? How does it motivate you to be better, not just in football, but just in life?
Just that, people are always watching.
Mm-hmm.
I got a son myself, so he literally, even when I'm not paying attention to him or I'm just doing something that I would be doing regardless, he's paying attention. So thinking about that.
First of all, kids are smart as hell. Yeah. That is the scariest part about all of it. I have a 12-year age gap between me and my youngest sister, and what they hear and what they repeat is wild. So that does make sense when you have your own children to be watching how you speak and what you do, because they're very, very smart. What do you guys think about the young receivers coming into this league? What does the future of receivers look like? Where would you is the talent in the receiver market, which is maybe why we're seeing it be so explosive? Do you think the talent's getting better and better?
Seeing the young kids now, how athletic and the stuff that they doing. When I was that age, I wasn't able to really do certain stuff. For us, the basketball players, the young basketball players, they dunking at 11, 12 years old. I was thinking about grabbing the net and slapping the backboard, but man, they just different nowadays, and it's kind of starting to show.
Yeah, how do you feel about them, young guys?
They super skilled. Like he was saying, the 7-on-7 taking over. And those receivers, corners, all the skill position guys, no disrespect to the linemen and stuff like that, but they're coming in super skilled, doing releases already.
Yeah, for sure. They're talented. They got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a tough question for you then. You guys talked about the love of the game, the passion for the game. All of that's very important. There's a massive concern, I think, across globally, but mostly we're seeing NIL stuff in college really take off, which I think is a really great thing for these athletes. But I think the concern from the average sports fan is, are they going to lose the love of the game? Is it just going to be about money? Do you at all worry about that as they start transitioning into the NFL, or do you think that's a load of BS that people are worried about?
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest. If I was in college, making millions, and a coach told me, yo, go make sure you touch the line, I'm like, nah, you tripping. I wouldn't be so locked in on touching the line, for people. Touching the line, starting over. I probably just stand there and just be and I don't lie, I probably look at coach he crazy, making millions of dollars. You about to be telling me what you can't cut me. So it's not like the NFL. The NFL, they can send you on about your way, and you just at the end of the day, you just pray somebody else get you. Mm-hmm. But in college, you can transfer to 6, 7 different schools before anything even happens. So it's just they got all the advantage right now.
But don't you think if you have that mindset, I'll toss it to you really quick. Don't you think when you have that mindset, though, you're less likely to push yourself to get to that? If you're already comfortable with what you're making and the lifestyle you're living, are you going to push yourself to try to be the greatest so that you can get noticed on the next level?
It's kind of the last thing that you said about how talented that he is.
That's fair.
They talent through the roof right now. True. So it's just
that's a fact.
They can get away with certain stuff here.
So you think that maybe they can get away with working a little less hard because they're more talented.
They gifted nowadays, and it's just it's just given. Like I know a couple people that like don't work out real hard, but they like naturally got the ability to do everything.
So something's in the water in these young kids. What's going on? We need an answer right now. Well, let's talk. Yeah, right. Well, let's talk about the 49ers a little bit more. You guys were able to sign. We have an alert. State of the team alert. Tuning in. Here we go. The offseason, you guys were able to sign the extensions of CMC, you, Trent Williams, and Deebo. You just restructured your deal. I think a question for all the non-49ers fans that is a very popular one is how the hell is it possible that you guys are able to keep this team together? What's going on? It feels like it feels actually unfair to the rest of us football fans. Truly, you guys have like one of the most stacked teams in the NFL. How do they do it?
I mean, you look around the league now, like you see a lot of teams like coming along of, having a lot of guys on their team. I kind of relate to like the Houston Texans. Like, they got Steph, they got Aziz, which I don't think he get enough credit for how he play and what he do. Like, I think they got a pretty stacked team over there as well. And I mean, if you want your team to be together, you want to keep winning, you'll find a way to do it.
Do you think it speaks to the culture of the 49ers, keeping everybody together?
Just ultimately they want to win, and they'll do whatever it takes to win. So we got to come through.
2 + 2 = 4. That was simple math. What I just heard was simple math, and I love it. You guys obviously have a desire to stay together, to your point. Whatever it takes to win, you got to keep people together. Deebo, what is the backstory of restructuring your deal? What did that look like, and how did you feel during that process?
A lot of people don't actually know what that means. You kind of like no matter what happens, like anything can happen in this world. Anything can happen to me, regardless of what happened to me. Like the money that I was set to make this year is a fully guaranteed thing. So that's like when people think of reconstruction, it's like, you giving money this way, you taking less money this, that, and that. That's not what it is. It can go a million different ways. So that's kind of the insight of what it really is, rather than what people think it is.
So just cut you a little check.
You just make sure you're good. You make sure you're good whether you can't play another down again, you still good, and at the end of the day, you get what you put in.
So the chemistry, I think, of the 49ers is a large part into why you guys are successful, besides the fact that you're just talented. You've got a lot of chemistry. A few days after signing, we saw you guys at Kyle Shanahan's annual 53-man roster party. And you know what? We actually had a special guest there. I want to know, what I want to know? I want to know why Rick Ross got an invite and not Liv Moods. What's going on with that? Fellas, take a spin. Take a spin, would ya?
See, we don't control the...
I know. Well,
control the invites.
I mean, check this out. Okay. Looking
My brother like he was on the Soprano, man.
Okay.
Kyle looked like he was on the Soprano.
The cane is nice. Okay.
Yeah,
all
you
right.
all black. My boy definitely popped. The boss is in the building at the time.
Yeah, I mean, did he have a good time?
Yeah, he was cool.
I mean, he looked like he was having a good time. I do have to ask though. This right here, when you're like feeling yourself, does that just like activate the vibes? What is that about? Because you all do it. Every time you're feeling yourself, it's like a little.
That's what it is.
You gotta rub those lips together. You gotta rub the hands. Like, what do we do? What are we activating in that moment? I gotta know.
You're just chilling, like you're in the mood, like you vibing. So
okay, you said chilling, but do you ever watch TV like this?
That's sure,
not chilling. You're activating something is bubbling up, and you are like ready to go.
Not necessarily, like you can just be vibing and be like, yeah.
I haven't seen you do it one time, vibing right here. Hit him with it. Show him what's up, Deebo. Show him how you vibe really quick.
Let me see your hand gestures. Let me see what you.
That's how they be doing it. Was that not good?
No, you smooth. That was smooth.
Right,
that was smooth.
See, and I was activating swag. I think that's what it is. There's so much swag, you got to release it somewhere. It's in the hands. You looked great. You guys looked swaggy, so great job. Love seeing Rick Ross there. Would love an invite next time. So just let me know the next time. Need to keep my calendar open. We have 2 members here from the 49ers, obviously. We cannot have you sitting here and not talk about one of the most electric boombox entrances. I mean, it's like iconic. It's iconic what you guys do. When was the first time you all used the boombox in your entrance? And what's the significance? Can you explain for people that don't know the boombox situation what that significance is? Is there a big significance, or is it just to get everybody hyped up?
You know what's crazy? I remember using the boombox when I was a rookie. But
okay.
it wasn't like
A big
what
deal.
people think what it is now. I remember like walking to games and we used to listen to The Box by Roddy Ricch, and nobody ever blew it up. But I think like probably like 3 years ago, like they started seeing it and it just all of a sudden just blew up out of nowhere.
Did you help blow it up?
I mean, we just always listen to music before the game, and I mean, it's just the bump out just took off.
It's lit though. That's probably what it's lit though.
It's definitely lit.
Now, Aiyuk, I have to ask you a question. Don't say a word.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Have you heard the song Hot to Go?
How does it go?
Would you like a demo? HOTTOGO, you can take me hot to go.
We ain't hearing that.
Okay. How would you feel if he played that on the boombox as an entrance for the 49ers? I think we should switch it up a little.
We ain't hearing that in there.
Come on. Okay, Deebo, if nobody judged you, nobody on that team would give you grief for it, nobody would say a word, you didn't have to take any heat from anybody, what's a song that you would play? You have to admit it right now, live on this show. What is a song you would play that you're maybe not proud to announce, but you're about to on your new live show? Sorry.
I be listening to everything, and I'm not listening to no music that nobody don't listen to though. Like,
oh come on!
I think I like.
There's got it.
I go R&B. Like I go. Everybody go Jacquees, K Camp. Like everybody.
You ever throw an Adele song in there?
Nah, we ain't listen to Adele in the locker room. Not even in the car.
You have a song that you're maybe not proud to tell people you listen to, but it's a bop. Come on.
See, we
all right, fine. Okay, then give me your top 5 boombox songs. If you had to pick, both of you collaboratively together right now, tell me a top 5 queued up playlist for the boombox.
What you going with 5?
We go. You said 5?
Yeah.
Man, we done had a lot of them, bro. We go NBA YoungBoy Father at 5.
4.
You agree with that?
Yeah, we go there.
Okay.
4, I'll go. Take it back a little bit, Baby Birkin.
Oh yeah, that was vibing. We gonna add the donkey at 3. We gonna add the donkey at 3 by YoungBoy.
I'll go Won't Step on Me 2.
We gotta go Kodak at 1. He was snapping that year.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any dreams and nightmares in there, fellas.
We don't go Dream Night, man. We ain't played it yet. Coming out. I know
think
that.
that should be
That must be your theme song.
I know every word, bar for bar.
Everybody should.
It's crazy. It's my hype song. Yeah, that and Adele. I have a very wide range of music. Who would you never, ever, ever hand the aux cord to when it comes to the boombox?
I'm going George Odom.
Who would you never give the aux cord to? Who do you not trust to play music on the boombox?
I don't know.
You don't have one?
I don't want to throw him under the bus too. I don't want to say the same person, but yeah,
I thought you were about to say Deebo. I was like, damn.
Nah, we on the aux every time, so we don't even got that issue.
So you guys have got it covered.
Yeah,
You're not going to pass the aux cord.
Every day.
Okay, that's fair. Well, we already did your top 5. I would say, chat, let us know how you rate that top 5. Was it a go? Was it not? Was it hot to go or was it not to go? Listen
Hot
to the
to go.
song.
For sure.
He's already on it. He's on board. You just got to get on board.
Hey, he was quicker than me, you know.
HOTTOGO. Okay, moving on.
Yo,
it's no secret.
You'll never hear that on the boombox, by the way, ever.
I have tried
Ever.
since I got here to convince him that the song is worth anything at all, and he's not having it. So it's no secret that you guys have a great team. You had a great team last year. You have a great team this year. You guys are going to bounce back after week 2. I have no doubts about it. What is the mentality coming off of last year into this season? Was there any type of change from last year to this year? I mean, I would assume you obviously get hungrier for it every year. The end all be all, the Super Bowl. But what would you guys say your mentality was coming into?
I mean, if I'm looking at it like you just said, for us hungry, I'm full at this point. Like, I'm full at this point. Like, I mean, it's time to really clean the plate. Like, it's either now or never. Like,
right.
That's how I kind of look at it. Like, with the guys that we have, like, we done. Like, I've been a part of, you know, the best team in the NFL for the past going on 6 years.
Yeah.
And so, like, we always there. Like, we got to get it done.
It's all or nothing. Do you share the same sentiment?
Just figure out how to be better when that time comes.
What did you learn? Aiyuk, I'm going to start with you. What did you learn about this team the way that last season ended? The way that last season ended, was there something new that you discovered about this team that you're like, ooh, we got to change that, or ooh, I love that, or?
No. Me personally, I felt like we had one of the greatest football teams to ever be assembled. Personally, that's how I feel. So I see it every day. We know what we have to do. We know what it looks like. There's only one thing left to do, so it's really just focusing on that.
It sounds like there's a little bit more. I don't want to say more because I'm not saying you didn't have it last season, but it does sound like there's an urgency of like, okay, we've got this team, like we got to do it. We got to make something happen here. Sounds like that's how you feel. There's some
Pretty
urgency.
much, for sure.
Okay, what would you say to the people? I am the people. I have to admit this. I'm an honest truth teller here. I had my doubts about Brock Purdy. And very quickly, he shut me up. But there were a lot of critics that said Brock Purdy is not the type of quarterback that gets you to the Super Bowl. Obviously, he debunked that theory pretty quick. But what do you say to the critics that have those sorts of things to say about your quarterback that has been pretty decent for you so far?
I mean, you ask me, I look at it like it ain't too much that we got to say. Like,
proof is in the pudding.
It's already there. So it's like I ain't got no answers for nobody. Like,
just keep watching.
See, I think you got, again, you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. So there's really nothing else for you to say. I mean, obviously we talked about the critics and how you guys feel about that. Was there any doubts for you initially with Purdy coming up behind? You know, there was a lot of QB figuring out to do with the 49ers for some time. And Purdy was young, and I don't think he was unproven, I think, in so many ways. It wasn't that he was maybe doubted by you guys, but you hadn't seen a ton from him. How was your feeling about Purdy from the beginning, and how has it changed until now?
Pretty much the exact same. I think the first game when we played with him, we felt what he was going to bring to the table, and from that point on, it was just about growing, and we've done that since then. So I think people bring it up. It's a topic that people want to talk about a lot, but we don't think about that. That's our quarterback. We good to go. We got a great quarterback, so we happy.
Yeah, it's like you guys have some ride or die energy going on. That's good though. I think that's, again, it speaks to the culture that you guys have established, and I think that's one of the reasons that you're so solid. I mean, you support your quarterback no matter what. You guys are so unbothered by this quarterback conversation. It's like, it's actually funny.
I mean,
like you couldn't care less. But again, other people are like up in arms about this conversation. They're so emotional about it. And the two people that have to deal with them the most are like, yeah, whatever. Like,
man, we didn't deal with it so much. It's just like, it ain't need nothing else to say about like the things that he done, things he's accomplished already.
Fair. What do you think, Aiyuk, is going to help you guys? What is it going to take to get you over the hump and finally hold that Lombardi trophy? Maybe either from your team or from you.
Just everybody from today, these past 2 weeks from today forward, doing whatever they got to do every single day to make sure that their best self when that time comes. So that's it.
Kind of the same thing. Kind of like be your best self, and like as long as you know you left it all out there, and like win, lose, or draw, like as long as you know you gave it everything, it's like you ain't got no regrets at all.
So it sounds like you guys are pretty convinced that as long as everybody shows up, there's no doubt that you guys feel like it can be your year.
Kind of like what he said. Like my eyes, like we've been on the best team in the league for a while.
So everyone's just got to show up. Everyone's got to show up, and then it's a wrap. It's a wrap for everybody else. We have a little fun game we're going to play. Enough of the tough questions. All right, shake it off, fellas. Woo! Tough part's over, okay? Fun teammate / 49ers superlatives. Yeah, grab a sip. Here we go. If your car broke down on the way home from a game, what teammate are you calling, and would they answer?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna call Juice. Call him fullback Juice. He definitely gonna pick up.
And he'd be there in his
he
split?
definitely picking up.
He'd save the day?
Yeah.
Who's your call?
I feel like I would call him.
Oh.
No, for real, I feel like I would call him. Like Bro, I just broke down, bro.
He's pretty reliable like that?
I mean, he'll probably have, you ain't coming to get me, but he'll probably have to get me right. Probably
He's like, I'm not going to get you.
figure
but
out
I
what
can
to do
help you.
next.
Yeah, I'll give you some steps to problem solve. Okay. Other than Deebo, settle down now. Don't get a big head on live now. Other than Deebo, who is the best dressed on the team? Or maybe you don't think it's Deebo. Flame him if you don't. Kidding. Don't flame him. But who's the best dressed?
Other than him or myself?
I didn't. You know what?
Yeah,
Listen, that was disrespectful of me not to put you in there. For real. Okay, so besides the two, remove your bias. Besides the two of you, who would you pick?
I like when Mooney Ward when he comes suited up, he's fresh.
Fresh, love that. Who's your answer? Can't say yourself.
I'm gonna go.
Can't say him.
I'm gonna go T-Dub, man. I'm gonna go Big Trent.
Okay, why?
Sometimes he might go suit. He might go real street, or he might go like something like, you know what I'm saying, a little casual, not too much.
Who? Now I'm gonna step away from the 49ers for a second. Outside of the 49ers, who do you think as a whole is the best dressed team? Like what team comes up with the most best game day fits?
49ers.
Really?
Yeah.
See, the thing about the Niners, like, you got the guys that, like,
stepping for real.
You got the guys that step in.
Yeah, but is that enough?
You got the guys with the suits, like.
But can those guys hold it down for everybody? Because I don't think everybody on the 49ers is necessarily dressing to the nines.
Because y'all ain't paying attention to everybody.
Everybody getting fresh.
Yeah, but you don't need to, like. Again, your guys' talent speaks for itself. Some of those guys. We saw, what was it, Jason Kelsey wearing those jean shorts and flip-flops? He doesn't care. He's just going to play football. So some of your teammates may just not care. So I'm going to disagree and say I don't think it's the 49ers. I would probably go Browns. They make a lot of fashion risks that sometimes work and sometimes don't. You're shaking your head.
See,
SMH.
Like, you only say that because you don't really pay attention to everybody in the league.
That's fair. I only see the standout outfits that get posted everywhere. I don't see everybody, but I do think that the Browns do enough flashy stuff that I end up seeing their stuff the most.
Is it like, all right, that's hard, or is that like, he did too much? Which one is it mostly?
Way too much.
Which one is it mostly? I'm just asking.
That's a fair question. I think it depends on the outfit, for sure. Sometimes it does feel like. So are you 50%
like, yeah, they're clean, and you 50% like, or is it 60, 40, 75, 25?
To be honest, if you want my full transparency, depending on the player, some can get away with doing the most.
We're talking about a team. Like you said, we're talking about a whole.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. They take risks, and I think that they work more often than they don't. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I think Browns is up there.
All right. Cool.
49ers is up there. You guys are holding it down for the 49ers.
You got it.
To each their own.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at
everyone's got that. So he said, respectfully disagree. Okay, that's fine. We're good. We don't, no more of the fun superlatives. You guys are a very well-dressed team. We know who we're calling. Actually, last one. You need 2 bodyguards from the team. Who are they and why? Who's got your back?
Well, we definitely going Big Trent.
For sure.
First bodyguard.
He's gotten 2 now.
Second bodyguard. I don't know about my second bodyguard. I'm going Greenlaw.
Same answers?
D lineman, somebody in the D lineman, somebody down there.
If you
Any one of them guys.
If you had to pick an offensive player, who would it be? Bodyguard wise.
Sure.
Someone.
Receiver. I'm picking BA.
Each other. Fair.
To get like whenever a fight break out at practice, if he going, I'm going. If I'm going, he going. So it's just like
fight break out anywhere.
You also have to do. I feel like you also have to take someone that doesn't have that. Like, there's no fear. Like, they'll just step in and figure it out. And it sounds like that's what you guys got going on.
For sure. No
fear. Can you be fearful when you play football?
You can't be scared out there. You get scared when you get hurt.
That's why I don't play football. I'm scared. I could not do what you guys do. Okay, well, we have a fun little block here. Bundle of the week presented by State Farm. It's time for Deebo's Bundle of the Week, brought to you by State Farm. Deebo, each week we're going to have you identify 2 to 3 players that stood out to you in their performance on the field. So who to you in week 2, who caught your eye this week?
My bundle of the week, I'm going James Cook from the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going Alvin Kamara. You can't leave him out of there. 4 tugs.
James Cook, Thursday Night Football, 3 touchdowns. Big win for the Bills in that one. And then Alvin Kamara, he had 180 total yards and 4 touchdowns against the Cowboys. Sheesh.
Had 4 of them things. Boy had more than a hat trick.
I mean,
But he good for the next 2 weeks.
what's going on in New Orleans for real?
I ain't gonna lie, don't even look like he been trying.
They snuck up out of nowhere, it feels like. But I mean, they've got the talent there. Something just must have clicked in the offseason. But yeah, big performances from them. Do you agree with those 2 picks? Do you like those?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were some standout guys. Okay, we were talking about fashion. Now we're gonna put your true fashion knowledge to the test. Swivel, if you would. Bring your mic with you. We're going to face the screen for a moment. And in this moment, what we're going to do is we are going to rate the fit. All right? We've got a few here. Did you just...
No offense, Michael, bro.
This is crazy. This is crazy. You didn't even let me finish before you started giggling.
Bro.
Okay, all right. So listen. We've got some outfits. We're going to show you some guys. You're going to rate the fit. You can either rate it 1 through 10, or we can look through all of them and you can rate them, like you can rank them. So we can either rate them 1 through 10 or rank them all together.
We'll rank them.
You want to rank them? Okay, so where are you putting? Oh, I guess you haven't seen everything. So keep this one in your memory. How are you feeling about this right now?
I think Micah Fresh, though, the all black. I like the all black.
Ready to go kick that one, man.
Something.
Got to see what the other one look like. Then we.
Okay, so we're going to pause on this first. Keep it on the back burner.
Yeah,
all right, next one.
Burner.
A little mesh tank top.
That's some Burrow-ish.
You would never wear that.
I ain't going that one.
How much would I have to pay each one of you to go Joe Burrow bleach blonde?
Oh, no, that ain't happening.
Ever?
No, that ain't happening.
I was a little surprised by the hair change, for sure. I did not see that coming at all. So how are we feeling about this one?
Cool. How many we got? We got 4?
I think maybe 5 or 4. I think 4.
We got 4?
I think so. I think 4.
All right. I got my rankings.
How do you feel about this?
We can rank now.
If you want.
I ain't gonna lie, Raquan. This is number 4, brother.
You know? How do you feel about this one, Aiyuk? You're not feeling it? I think it's the ankle socks with the shorts that's kind of throwing me for a loop here.
Yeah.
Is that the least of your worries?
That one it, and then I'm gonna go.
Do we have one more? I think we might have one more.
Got another one?
Yeah, I think we've got one more. There we go. DK.
Raquan, you went to 4, man.
Where are you putting this one?
This
Little
5.
combat boot going on?
This 5 right here.
Oh, man. Really?
Where you put that one at, bro? Yeah, that going 5. Raquan go 4.
Okay, so you got DK at 5.
Yeah. DK at 5.
4 was...
Raquan.
Okay, you got him at 4. So Joe Burrow and then Micah and Trayvon. Who are you putting them?
Micah go 3.
Combination of them together at 3?
And then...
Or you're separating the 2 of them?
Yeah, I'm separating the 2.
Okay. So you've got Micah at 3, and then you've got Trayvon and Burrow.
I'm going to go...
I'll put Mike at the 1, bro.
Micah went 1?
He gotta go 1. I want something smooth. They was tripping.
But you got to think about them, though. Like the person like Burrow, like for him, they're clean. Like,
yeah.
It's like clean for him. So I was going to go with Burrow at 1 and then Trey at 2.
So, but you'd put Micah at 1. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I mean, if you're looking based on person, I get what you're saying. But collectively, yeah, it's not. It depends.
It was. I thought it was the smoothest fit. It was the smoothest little fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like 49ers, we already told you.
How
best
would you
dress.
guys rate your outfits from the season so far?
Oh,
Are you proud of what you put together?
Yeah, for sure. My boy came
Chrome.
all chrome the other day. Y'all see? You ain't see the all chrome. See, they don't pay attention to detail.
The detail.
Is it all in the details?
Everything about detail. Boy went all chrome. See, y'all ain't knowing.
What can you give
With
everybody?
the LV speaker. See, y'all ain't even beat the Louis Vuitton speaker, though.
How
You know what I'm
long?
saying?
How many days do you need to prepare your game day fit? Or is it just like on the fly, like we're good to go?
See, I go in the closet, I just grab it off the hanger because it's already put
Oh,
together
so you're
on
smooth
one
like
hanger.
that.
It's already on one hanger. Like, I just grab the hanger and like that.
He said he cleaned the house the other day, found some new
Yeah,
stuff.
I cleaned my crib like last week, so we straightened it up around here.
Brand new tags.
Oh my gosh.
See,
How long does it take you to figure out a fit for game day?
So my boy we went shopping like 30 minutes. He
So you feel good? You want to give everybody a little teaser for what's to come for week 3? What are you feeling? A pop of color, another metallic in there. What are we feeling?
I'm thinking gray, silver,
Okay.
something like that.
Little metallic moment. Love it. Okay, well, let's kind of wrap things up with some fan questions from the chat. Get nervous. No, I'm kidding. Fans are great. Thank you, fans, for dropping your comments and questions in the chat. At Lola Raff. I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm just going to do my best here. Ask for funny Brock stories. I love his relationship with Deebo. Funny Brock stories.
I gotta put my dog on the spot. My boy said, man, don't lie, bro. I used to be scared of y'all. Like, all y'all used to talk junk, and like I was raised and like not talk junk, and I was like looking at y'all like y'all were crazy. Like that Brock funny, man.
Oh, is he pretty
This is
pretty quiet?
First guy here though, so it's just
is he pretty quiet? Not like, is that naturally his personality?
I wouldn't say he that quiet now.
No. I mean, I feel like, yeah, we only get to see this much of his actual life. Do you have any funny Brock stories? Any funny moments, I guess? No?
That's all I can think of right now.
Okay.
I definitely do, but I can't pinpoint one.
Let's move on then. We've got Maddie G that says, why did you change to number 1 this offseason? Dun, dun, dun. No kidding.
Because when the rule changed, I offered Jimmy Ward like 20 grand. He was like, nah, bro, I'm still going to wear it. Like, he never wore it in his life. So I was like, why? But I get it. He took 100 from Steph. So, I mean, whatever. But that's the only number I really wore all my life. So, yeah. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to just go back to it whenever I get the chance to.
Had to take it back to your roots. Okay.
No captain.
Question from Rizzler 2024. All right, Rizzler. If you called Brock Purdy right now, would he answer? Either one of you.
What time is it?
4:51.
Oh, no. Tuesday, my boy ain't got to work out in. He probably in the golf course.
You don't think he'd answer?
I think he answered. Oh, you want me to call him?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Prove it.
Oh,
Prove it. That's what the chat's saying anyway.
let's see if he answers.
I made that up.
Regular call, FaceTime.
Anything that you think he's
regular
gonna
call
pick
that
up.
boy.
Brock.
FaceTime. I want FaceTime.
Oh, wow.
Chat, let me know. You think he's going to pick up? Yes or no? Hot to go or not to go? There we go. How many Brocks you got in there?
It's in my business
For real?
phone. It's in my business phone on the thing, so BA got to call him.
Okay. BA got him. Oh.
The black one.
Oh, don't you worry. We got you covered. Like State Farm.
Damn.
That was a good one. Full of jokes. Okay. FaceTime call.
All right. Hopefully Brock call. What if he don't call? I mean, what if he don't answer?
Then we know the answer to the question from Rizzler 2024.
That answer is ringing too much. Mr. Purdy.
Rizzler, it's looking like we know the answer to your question.
He He's married too, so he's probably out to dinner and don't want to be bothered. So you got to take a lot of
That's
things in
fair.
consideration.
There's X factors.
He know
here,
he about
folks.
to see us tomorrow in the morning.
It's nothing personal.
Nothing's personal. He's all right.
There's nothing. It's nothing personal. He's busy. I think that's what we've decided. Okay, Niners 408 says Deebo rocked the Louis V face mask again. That was clean in all caps.
Louis V face mask.
The visor.
Oh, the visor.
That's
I got
it
fined
says
for
face
that.
mask. You got fined. Boo. Okay.
You wore it in the game?
Nah,
Pre-game?
pregame.
And they fined you?
Me. Yeah, that's why I never wore it again. I threw it away.
Come on.
That's what I say.
Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. So it's gone?
Yeah, gone. 6,000.
Oh. See, and that was a fashion piece.
That was hard.
It was.
That was
I'm
hard.
upset that
That
it's
was
in
one
the
of them- that
trash
was one of
can
them.
somewhere.
That was hard. That was one of them rolling hand together.
Bro, that is activating swag for sure. Okay, final question here is Niners Goldie. Deebo, do you have any funny rookie stories of Aiyuk? Aiyuk, do you have any funny rookie stories of Deebo? Aiyuk, I'm going to start with you. Funny stories of Deebo. Don't hold anything back here.
Rookie stories?
Yeah, that's what the question says anyway.
Rookie stories.
Mhm.
Let me
If
think.
that's too specific, you can just say a general favorite funny moment. Something that the fans wouldn't ever know about, but it's funny, I guess.
That's tough. I don't like the specific questions. We literally are
You live
lit
and breathe it.
24/7.
Yeah,
like
it's
literally,
hard to-
it's hard to just think about one specific moment.
Maybe not the most funny. I'll just say one of your favorite memories with Deebo by your side. It can be football or non-football.
I would say probably most recent, just experienced the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
being in Vegas for a week. And then rookie, back to those times, I would probably say Patriots game, my rookie season, his second season. Yeah, good times.
Love it. What about
Super
you,
Bowl
Fry?
for sure, but that's one of the things you would never forget.
Absolutely.
And funny is like when BA first got there, like you'll think he ain't like you because he ain't like really talk to nobody. But then like as time went on, like you kind of get a feel like, all right, we're really cool, really be vibing. Like so like from then to now, like a whole different person. Like once he know you, but like overall, like it's my guy
Besties
for sure.
for the resties. Well, you guys are together. 49ers have got the talent. It's there. It's, again, football fans, please, for the love of all things, it is only week 2, okay? We don't know who's winning the Super Bowl. We don't know who the MVP is. Who should we have next week as our guest? Aiyuk? What do you think? Who should be on this show? Who should be in that chair, that very chair right there?
You guys said receivers? Oh, anybody?
Anybody. Full send.
Next week. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll see next week, I guess.
Oh, so based on performance, you think we should go off that?
We can do that.
Who's popping off?
We can do that.
Who's hot on the market? Who's booming in the receiver market?
Who's
Okay.
booming right now?
I love it. Well, this has been the first ever, the debuted Cleats and Convos with Deebo Samuel. I am the co-host that is honored to be here. Liv Moods, our first guest, Brandon Aiyuk. Thank you for being here. Honestly, it was a pleasure. It was an honor, and best of luck next week, obviously, because your partner in crime won't be out there, but I think you're enough to hold it down for everybody.
We're gonna get it done.
That's how I feel. Yeah. So thank you for being here. Like I said, this has been another Cleats and Convos with Deebo Samuel presented by State Farm. We will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, and go Niners.
For sure, go Niners. Catch y'all next week.